The Vikings didn't need Google Maps or a magnetic compass to cross stormy seas that would terrify even modern sailors. Their navigation was a sophisticated combination of observation, natural signs, and centuries of practical experience. Today, we're diving deep into how these Norse seafarers mastered the oceans and how some of these methods can be applied even today. If you're passionate about history, survival, or maritime skill, make sure to subscribe, like this video, and leave a comment with your thoughts before we set sail. Vikings read the sky like an open book. One of the most powerful tools in a Viking navigator's arsenal was the sky. The sun's position, moon phases, and cloud formations provided constant guidance. Vikings knew that the sun rose in the east and set in the west, but they could go further. They observed subtle shifts in light, the colour of the clouds, and the angles of shadows to maintain direction even when storms obscured the horizon. A sudden clearing of clouds could reveal a specific colour gradient on the horizon, indicating the direction of land. For practical application today, anyone navigating by natural signs can use similar methods. Observing the sun's movement at intervals, noting cloud patterns, and tracking shadows can provide approximate direction when electronics fail. The ocean was not just a barrier, it was a guide. Experienced sailors read wave patterns, swells, and currents. They knew how prevailing winds created predictable wave directions, and how interactions between different currents could reveal proximity to shore or submerged hazards. During storms, they could detect subtle changes in water colour or temperature that indicated shallower waters or approaching coastlines. Modern sailors and survivalists can apply this by understanding local currents and swell patterns. Even in unfamiliar waters, observing how waves break and interact can provide clues to hidden dangers or the direction of land. Vikings observed bird behaviour to find land. Certain seabirds travel far from shore only during specific times, returning at predictable intervals. Watching flight patterns at sea could guide Vikings toward nearby islands or coasts. For instance, if birds circled and headed consistently in one direction, that was a strong sign of land within reachable distance. Today, enthusiasts can experiment with the same principle by observing local wildlife when lost or travelling across open terrain. Birds, even in modern environments, often indicate water sources, human habitation, or geographical features. Accounts suggest that Vikings used sunstones, a type of crystal that polarized light, to locate the sun even when clouds or fog made it invisible. By holding the stone and rotating it until brightness peaked, they could determine the sun's position and therefore cardinal directions. While the exact details remain debated, reproductions of these techniques show that light polarization is measurable and reliable. For practical use, polarizing filters or crystals can assist in estimating the sun's direction when electronic devices fail. An invaluable skill for survivalists or anyone exploring remote areas. Even on the open seas, Vikings relied heavily on known landmarks, coastal profiles, and underwater features to maintain their course. A distinct mountain silhouette, a particular arrangement of islands, or even the colour of the coastal water could confirm their location. They also used soundings by dropping weighted lines to measure depth, and noted the composition of the seabed to navigate near shores. Today, sailors practicing coastal navigation can actually apply these very same methods. Observing distinctive terrain features, taking depth measurements, and even noting vegetation along the coast can provide real, actionable location data, all without the need for digital aids. When storms passed and the sky cleared at night, Vikings turned to the stars. The North Star was absolutely critical for orientation in the northern latitudes, but they also used the moon and other constellations to maintain precise headings. They could track subtle nightly shifts to confirm the distance they had travelled. Modern enthusiasts can, combine this knowledge with star charts or just basic celestial navigation techniques to maintain direction during extended outdoor trips or maritime journeys. Viking navigation teaches us more than just history. It's really a lesson in observational skill and resilience. Anyone planning a long journey, whether over sea or land, can benefit from paying close attention to the environment. Study cloud shapes, track sun positions, follow wave patterns, watch wildlife behavior, and learn to read natural features. Even basic practices like measuring shadows to find direction or noting tidal patterns for coastal travel bring the kind of precision and reliability that guided Vikings through some of the harshest storms in history. Viking techniques remind us that sophisticated technology is, of course, useful, but understanding nature and applying careful observation can be just as effective, especially when your tools fail. They mastered the environment instead of relying solely on instruments. For historians, survivalists, or anyone fascinated by maritime strategy, these methods really offer a window into both skill and mindset, showing that careful attention to subtle signs often outweighs brute force or complex equipment. If this deep dive into Viking storm navigation sharpened your understanding of Norse maritime skill, don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth historical content, like the video, and leave a comment about which method you find most fascinating. Share this with fellow history buffs or survival enthusiasts who would benefit from these ancient techniques.